What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live talking about the upcoming DraftKings slate for January 3rd, 2021. So, I got my screen finally working. Computer seems to be back up and running, so I'm pretty glad about that. I don't have to do it on my phone. It kind of sucked doing the videos on my phone, but we have an NBA slate. We have 7 games. So 7 games is right in my wheelhouse of what I like. It's kind of better than a 5 gamer, but not as bad as a 10 gamer. But the 13 gamers are the games I just don't like. There's too many options. And the 2 gamer is chalky. So 7 games, I don't mind it. Don't mind the value pieces on the slate, so on and so forth. But there is a key news that we have to watch for, which I'll talk about later on in the video. But for everybody, and basically this slate is a slate I like. I like today's slate and I like tomorrow's slate. So let's just dig right into it for the January 3rd, 2021 NBA slate. So Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and Bradley Beal, top studs options. Pause. Before we begin, this will be team by team breakdown. I'm basically just going to go every single game. I'm not going to go position by position. I decided to do team by team. So now let's begin. Westbrook and Beal. So on this Washington team, basically, I'm paying up for Russell Westbrook. I'd rather have him than Bradley Beal. If I had to pick one of the two, I would pick Beal over Westbrook if Westbrook was, of course, out. But given that Westbrook isn't limited or anything like that, give me Westbrook. He's averaging a triple-double a game. I'm all over him on this slate, to be honest with y'all. I like him a ton. The pay-up options are not all the way there on this slate. I'd rather get the Westbrook than Beal. Thomas Bryant, he's just still okay mid-range play. I don't mind him at the center position if you want to get to him. Really, this team is pretty much straightforward of Thomas Bryant and Westbrook. I'm not really getting to none of these values on this slate. Neto is only in play if Westbrook is out. So is Ishmith. Bertans had a great shooting day. The 3-pointer was just on fire for him. But I don't trust that. I don't trust Rui Hachimura. Still kind of just getting back from the injury, as y'all can tell, not playing more than 20 minutes. So yeah, that Washington team is basically just straightforward. Westbrook and Bryant, but more so Westbrook. On to Brooklyn. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are both spin up options I don't mind getting to. I'd rather have Kevin Durant, though, by a hair than Kyrie Irving. The shooting is just more so there for Kevin Durant. So if you want to get to Kevin Durant at 9,300, I don't mind paying that. Karis LeVert is only in play if one of these guys are out, Kyrie or KD. So no, Karis LeVert. Joe Harris, shooting dependent. I don't trust it at 5,700. I mean, the ball has to be there for him. And so far, he's a good shooting days. But again, look at his floor of 11 points and 17 points. If you want to ride the hot streak with Joe Harris, I wouldn't blame you, but be careful. DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen. Basically, we don't know who's going to get the better side of the minutes. Is it Jared Allen, 22 minutes, getting you 12 points, or is it DeAndre Jordan with only 18 minutes? So again, we don't know who's going to see the minutes. I'm off of both guys. TLC, awful shooting day again. 1 for 7, 1 for 5, 7 for 17. Be careful what you wish for with him. He's only in play again if one of those studs are out. Terran Prince, Landry Shamet, Jeff Green, those are just no-goes for me. I'm not getting to any value plays on this one. So this is kind of just a mad game. Pay up for your studs in this game with KD, Kyrie, and Westbrook and move on. Going on to the Lakers and Memphis, blowout potential is there for the Lakers. But again, we could be surprised and we could see Memphis beat them. I mean, we've seen what happened to the Celtics. We've seen what's happened to all these teams so far. So just be careful. But then again, a blowout will be happening in this game. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they finally had good days. Finally, 62 points for Anthony Davis. He finally had his blow-up game. LeBron James finally had his blow-up game. 62 points once again. I don't mind either guy, but if I had to pick, I'd rather get to Kyrie and KD. I'd rather get to those two studs than these two guys in this blow-up game because I think the other game is going to be closer. Joe Val, I don't mind getting some Joe Val on this slate at all. If you want to get to him, you can get to him going against Montrezl Harrell. I don't mind getting to him. Jay Morant is still out. Still look to Tyus Jones, but his price kind of went up, so I don't mind Tyus Jones. But be careful once again. Let's focus on this Memphis team instead of trying to do both. I'd rather just focus on one team. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. He looked good last slate. He's been consistent this season. Wow. That's all I can say for him. I don't mind paying that price tag, though. Dylan Brooks and Brandon Clark, we know what we're going to get out of them. Both starters, both looking good. I don't mind them. Now, if Grayson Allen is out, and only if he's out, you can look to Conchar or Desmond Bain. Those are the only reasons why I would get to those two guys. If Grayson Allen is in, X off those two. But other than that, let's go to the Lakers. Like I said, LeBron James and Anthony Davis finally had their blow-up games. Didn't short air. If one of them is LeBron James is all of a sudden out, so you can look to short air. Harold price went up. KCP is now questionable, so look to Wes Matthews possibly starting or Horton Tucker. But watch the starting lineup for this game. Other than that, that wraps up that game. Denver and Minnesota. Let's start on the Denver side of the ball. So Nikola Jokic. All I can say, he's playing Nas Reed. Similar to Joel Embiid, like his straight slate. Look to Nikola Jokic. He's in a smash spot. You can certainly get to him. Jamal Murray, he was questionable last slate, but that didn't stop him. 48 fantasy points. 48 for Jamal Murray. You can certainly get to him at 7,200. Will Barton started in place for Michael Porter Jr. He looked okay. I don't mind getting to him as a value. Monty Morris is only in play if like Jamal Murray's all of a sudden out. Paul Millsap is just meh. Gary Harris, he looked good. He's been looking straight. Don't mind getting to him if you want to get to him as a value, looking at good minutes. Let's move on to the Minnesota side. The only reason why Minnesota is going to stay in this game is off the backs of D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley. They're going to have to step up on this slate. D'Lo, he was awful last slate, 6 for 16. He has to step up. So I don't mind running it back with D'Lo or Malik Beasley. I'd rather get to Beasley, though, than D'Lo based on the upside. I think Beasley has good upside, but D'Lo just has not looked himself. But at that price tag, give me Beasley. Nas Reed is facing Nikola Jokic. We know how the fouls goes for Nas Reed. Stay off of him. Anthony Edwards and Rubio are okay value plays if you want to get to them. And let's move on to the San Antonio and the Jazz. So Donovan Mitchell on this Jazz team and Rudy Gobert are the top spin-up options. So I don't mind getting into Gobert. He's seeing good minutes. I mean, last slate was because of fouls. I don't mind getting into Gobert. Mitchell, his shooting has just been awful this year. 6 for 14, 9 for 23, 8 for 23, 6 for 23. He's shooting the ball a ton. He's just not making them. So I'm fading. Mike Conley, he's looked good. That's all I can say. He's looked in his prime. I mean, 50 points, 33 points, 51 points. But do you trust that price tag going up? I don't. I'm off of it. Bog, we know what we're going to get out of him. Jordan Clarkson's a good option coming off the bench. I don't mind getting to some Clarkson. Moving on to San Antonio. So White is out. Derek White is officially out. So you can look to a guy like DeJounte Murray, who is going to step up for this team. I don't mind getting to Murray starting, so open the floodgates for him. You have DeRozan, who's looked good so far this season. I don't mind going back to him. He's been consistent. If Aldridge is out, Portal will get the start again, but he just has been meh. He hasn't been good this season. With Derek White out, also you can look to a guy like Lonnie Walker as a value. I don't mind getting into some Lonnie Walker. And Keldon Johnson. He's the guy I wanted to talk about for a spec. 48, 14, 42, 26. Do you trust him at the price tag? He's a young guy who's looked good so far, but I don't trust him. I'm not getting to him. And that wraps it up for that game. This is the big game that we need to talk about. This is the one game that can change this whole entire slate. Is the guy who's questionable right here. The hometown man, where I'm from, Luka Doncic. So if Luka Doncic is in, I'm paying up that 10,000 price tag in the good matchup. I'm easily paying 10,000 for Luka. I think this is a smash spot against a high-paced game. I'm all in on Luka if he does play. If he doesn't play, if he does not play or is limited, especially if he's out, pay for Tim Hardaway Jr., pay for Josh Richardson, and play for Jalen Brunson. There's your core three on this slate if and only if Luka Doncic is out. Jalen Brunson will be starting for Luka Doncic. Tim Hardaway and Richardson are going to have to keep this team in the game. That's basically all I'm getting in this game, or not in this game, on this team. Luka's in, pay for Luka, move on to the Bulls. Luka's out, pay for Josh Richardson, pay for Tim Hardaway, pay for Jalen Brunson. It's as easy as it can get because these three guys are going to have a high usage rate and going to be the focal point of this team in order to keep the Mavs team basically against the Bulls. That's how I'm viewing this, and that's how I think it's going to be. Is Tim Hardaway is going to have to step up with his three ball. I see Josh Richardson basically being the main ball handler for this team, and I see Jalen Brunson filling in the role of Luka Doncic like he has last year. That's how I view that. Going on to the Bulls, give me Zach LaVine, give me Kobe White, give me Otto Porter. I love these three guys. These three guys are going to be the focal point of offense. They're going to run this team. I'm loving these three. Moving on to Wendell Carter, he's just kind of the odd man out. I'd rather get to these three guys at the guard position. Give me some Thad Young as a power forward that's a value on the slate with no Laurie. He's going to step up, and I think this game is going to be close, especially if Luke is in. So this is a game I'm really liking, guys. I'm really liking these three guards, and I'm liking the guards on the other side of the ball. I think this is a good game to stack if you wanted to. I would definitely look at this game. It's one of my favorites. Moving on to the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. Clippers, Kawhi Leonard. I like Kawhi. I don't mind paying up for him. Paul George, he's okay. I don't mind him, but I'd rather get to Kawhi Leonard. Ibaka, minutes are just scary to me. Batum with no Murs. You know what you're going to get out of him, 20 minutes or so. I don't mind it. Lou Will is a value I'm definitely looking at. He shot the ball bad this season, but I think he's bound for a bounce-back game, and I'm going to take it at 4-6. I don't mind getting to that at all. Anything other than that, I'm not really getting to. On the Suns side of the ball, Devin Booker. Sorry, guys. The price is going down. The price is definitely going down. I'm not doing it. I'm not at all. 25 points, 24 points. I don't trust it. Ayton, I don't mind getting to at the center position. I think he'll have a good center day. I think he's going to have a smash spot. I don't mind getting DeAndre Ayton. Chris Paul, same thing. He's going to be looking good with DeAndre Ayton if you want to stack them two together. I don't mind that. Mikal Bridges, just a mad play to me. He's okay if you want to get to him, just like Jay Crowder. I mean, I'd rather get to Mikal Bridges, though. There's not much on this game that I'm really liking at all, to be honest with y'all. I'm really liking that Bulls game with Dallas, and I like the value pieces that I can get out of San Antonio and other places. Last game of the night, Portland and Golden State. Let's start on the Portland side. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, great matchup. Great matchup, especially in the blowout game. If you want to get to them two, I wouldn't blame you. I like CJ McCollum at the discount price, though. Nurkic is the guy I wanted to talk about. His price has gone down. Yes, he's looked bad so far, but he's a guy I'm buying in on. He's bound to have a bounce-back game. He's bound to have that blow-up game, and I think this could be it, especially with James Wiseman limited. I'm getting to some Nurkic at 6,400. Covington, Cantor, Jones, with Gary Trent Jr. now back, that takes me away from Covington and Anthony. Cantor, I think I'm going to focus more so on Nurkic. I don't think they're going to play big man ball. I think they're going to play small ball in this game. So give me just Nurkic and some McCollum and Lillard in that order. Going to Golden State, this team is hard to trust and hard to come by. If you trust Wiggins, go for it. I don't really like him. Seth Curry's a guy at 9,400 I really like. I like getting to some Seth Curry. Draymond Green's limited. He's not seeing more than 20 minutes. Fade. James Wiseman is hurt. He's limited. Fade. Kelly Oubre cannot shoot the ball off the side of a wall. Fade. So that wraps up that game. So before I head out of here, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me a ton of y'all know. And definitely join the DFS Coach Discord. The link will be below in the description. Basically, it's a Discord where we just talk about sports. I love DFS. I love talking DFS with those guys. It's been fun. I really liked it. So, like I said, guys, hit the like button for me. Try to get me to some 150 subscribers. That's the goal so far. I want to get to at least 1,000 by 2022. So if we can hit that goal, I know it's a high goal, but let's reach it. So have a good and safe rest of your night, everybody. Have a good one.